Okay, so this definitely needs to be put out there. And I've been really quiet about this for a long time because it is kind of not immediately in or around my unit of residence. But there is a very aggressive, malignant, registered level 3 sex offender who lives in those windows right there, that unit right there, directly across from my windows. He's lived there longer than I've lived in this building. And he's been screaming things at my windows for years that are completely obscene, but that are about what I do in the privacy of my apartment, specifically what I do in my bathroom and what he says he can see me doing in my bathroom. And over the last like 3-4 years, on about 15 occasions, this sex offender whose windows are directly right there has been loitering around in the area behind the building that I'm pointing the camera at right now, late at night when I come home from work or from shopping or from being out all day. He always seems to know when I am approaching the building. I mean, there's people loitering on the street all over the place, and all they need to do is send a text message or use the GPS on my cell phone to know that I'm at the train station a block away. But for whatever reason, he's always loitering around in the dark back corner of that area right there. When I try to approach the door to this building, I actually walk right in front of those two doorways right there, so that I can see who's in the doorway of my building before I get to the doorways. So I walk down the sidewalk on the opposite side of the street, and this sex offender likes to hang out in that really dark corner right there, and I'm just going to zoom in on it. So that dark corner right there, and I just got back to the building about 20 minutes ago and was standing right in front of that doorway right there for a couple minutes because there were people sort of shouting in the entrance to my building, and the door was propped open, and I wasn't sure what was going on. It turned out somebody was moving out, so that's fine. I just walked right past them. There was no issue. But as I was crossing the street, this creep who was literally loitering in that dark corner started shouting things at me from that corner right behind me while I was standing right there and starting to cross the street. And he was doing this, hey bitch, I've seen your, and then fill in the blank. And that's why he likes to scream at me all the time. He likes to do this hissing noise, and then hey bitch, I've seen your, and then fill in the blank with the body part. And he just did that 20 minutes ago from that dark corner right there. He was literally like 15 or 20 feet behind me, and he was really loud, so I heard him, and I actually thought he was on the sidewalk behind me, but he was actually somewhere in that dark corner, like past the light. And this is like the 15th time this has happened over the last year and a half, not even 2 years, like last year and a half. He's constantly loitering around the dark corners of the building late at night at the exact moment that I happen to be walking past these two doorways right there and standing in that area right there. So 6 months ago, I actually filed a police report because he literally came out of that dark corner right there as I was standing in front of that doorway right there one night, probably at around 11:30 as well. And he blocked the sidewalk and told me that he had seen my TITS, and was being really aggressive on the sidewalk to the point where I freaked out and walked over to the police station, which is a block away. So that just happened now again, except that this time he didn't block my path. He was standing in that dark corner and hissing and saying, hey bitch, hey bitch. He also screams, hey bitch, from those windows right there, and tells me that he can see what I do in my bathroom, and he gets pretty specific. So that's really kind of disturbing and creepy. And when you're standing, by yourself at 11:15 p.m. on a dark sidewalk with, you're not sure what's going on in the entrance to your building, the last thing you need to hear is some creep about 30 feet, 40 feet behind you in a dark corner hissing at you, going, psst, psst, hey bitch, I've seen your, and then fill in the blank. So that just happened again, probably for the 14th time now in the last year and a half, and I keep filing police reports about this creep because he is a sex offender. Nobody does anything. I guess that's part of his behavioral repertoire or something, but it doesn't mean I have to be okay with it. And it's a safety situation. definitely a safety situation. He's a rapist, so, you know, there's that. Nice neighborhood.